I want to talk you through the last 3 criteria for this assignment. So that's a pass task, a merit, and then a much longer distinction. Your pass is where you should be able to put facts. Your merit is where you should be able to offer 2 sides of an argument and a discussion. And your distinction is where you put those 2 sides of an argument and often come down with a decision on what is the actual solution to the problem. So for the pass, you are asked to explain, the language is quite complicated, the operational risks that might be considered before going online. What this means is what could go wrong once you are live. The book is very good for the passes. I'll very briefly show you it. Things you might need to consider. Making sure that your payments are secure. Don't try doing something yourself. I would go with something like PayPal or Square or any other quality payment system. Don't try thinking that you can write into your website your own personal payment system. You won't have enough security. Data protection. This means that when customers give you data, that data cannot be hacked. That is a risk that could happen from your collecting data. And in fact, I realise now I'm already going past where you need. All you have to do here is say what the risks are. You don't even at this point have to say how to solve them. So one of the risks is making sure that payment is secure. One is that you make sure that data is kept safe. It could be stolen by being hacked, or you may have things stolen from your office. If you have things and you print them out in your office, you must make sure that nobody else from the outside can get that. Another risk is that you have to remember to regularly update the website. That means update with new content for your products and for your business, but also to make sure that all security updates are put in and implemented. It, of course, is a risk that your business, your website, could be attacked. So you need to make sure that whoever is writing your website understands those kind of risks and is able to build around that, not using obsolete languages, for example, and knowing where there are risks of safety. And then, of course, there's laws and legislation. If you run a website, you must follow things like the Sale of Goods Act, which allows customers to return goods if they buy them online. Also, your goods must be as they were described. Also, you must make sure that your staff follow the rules about data protection. Let me show you the book. So here is that page 14 I'm on, starts operational 14 to 19, and here is where they talk through these sorts of things. Payment security. So that, as I said, maybe PayPal. Customer errors. What if there is an error and a customer asked for 50,000 instead of 5 of something? Data protection. Language problems, that's a very good one. Do you have a translation system? You're also vulnerable to attack, so you must make sure that you have a firewall installed. You have to have a backup so that if the hardware fails, you can buy and quickly replace that. And if the hardware fails, you have regularly done backups so that the program and everything can be quickly rebuilt onto a new server. If you're selling abroad, and Brexit has brought this highly into focus, then you must make sure that you follow the laws in the country where you are sending the goods to. We in our country have quite strong rules about safety of products. You might find, for example, with electrical goods, they might, of course, have to have a different plug. Or if they are medicines, you may have different laws about whether you're allowed to sell them or not. Of course, one of the things that you have to consider is the impact it will have on staff. You may now start bringing in a lot more business. Do you have the staff to support that? Do you have a call centre? Do you have a dedicated call centre, or will you buy in the services from another company who specialise in that? Continuity of service. If excuse me, if your system fails, how will you make sure that you can still send your goods and honour the goods, the promise of sales that you had made before the crash? One of the things that people don't like is that they don't like that they're now not talking to individuals. One of the things I've been doing with Year 1 Level 3 is customer service. And I've been having to do role plays pretending to be a customer. Now, and a customer who doesn't like using the internet. Now, some people, particularly older generation, are very uncomfortable. So you may find that you may lose sales if you use a website, or alternatively, you might find that if people are forced onto the website without any other option, they might feel upset and they might trust your business less. You're going to need to make sure that your staff know how to use the technology. Remember, there are setup costs, and as we were doing last year, we have setup costs. Setup costs are the costs at the beginning, maybe buying a server or getting a website built. And running costs would be things like the monthly update of the website and perhaps paying an outsource call centre. And as it says here, one of the issues could be that there is more interest. Suddenly, you have a lot more people interested in your good. Do you have enough stock to cover demand? And also, and that's the end of this part. Although remember to also consider that distribution is an important part. So this is another issue. Can you distribute your goods fast enough? There's a picture of some roses there. Brexit, as I say, has brought this into focus. Do you have the way of getting all of your orders out to all the customers? There we go.